Hey guys, and welcome into today's video where today we're playing something a little bit different and you might have known about it, but we're playing some XDefiant and yeah, we're in a game like straight away, as you guys can probably tell. Welcome to Gaming Wednesdays or whatever day I decide to upload these. But yeah, I want to give you guys my thoughts on XDefiant as I play it. That wasn't a great start to the video, was it? Anyway, um, yeah, so I think I've had a couple of days to play it. Um, I've played it on stream, which you should totally go check me out at twitch.tv/Artemis_Eternal or Artemis Eternal. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun. You can even ask my community that I've been having a lot of fun with this. Uh, yeah, it's just a solid game. Do I think it could kill COD? It's a possibility, but you know, I don't think that it's necessarily a COD killer per se, because COD is a hard game to tear people away from, especially with some of a loyal fan base still. From again, a lot of people are very loyal to the game and will always be part of that community. But I feel like I prefer this because the fluid movement and all that stuff. Again, my accuracy isn't great because I am just awake, and yeah, as I'm recording this, I'm trying to think on what else I need to say about my whole review over the game and stuff, because I've been forgetting to record it, and I was going to do this more like a review type of thing, but yeah, we're just going to do a gameplay and reaction type of video instead, which I do hope you guys do enjoy. And I'm just going to play through a couple of games just to, you know, show you guys like my favorite features of the game and stuff. Again, I'll run down the factions probably at the end of the video. The game has a few issues, like you might have seen before. Uh, there is a skin that causes an invisibility glitch for some players, and I'm not exactly sure where that happens, but from my experience, it's only happened on the Noodle map, which is based off of the Noodle complex in Watch Dogs 2. If you've played Watch Dogs 2, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And yeah, it's a fun map. It's just, it seems that one is the one that causes the most issues for the invisibility glitch. I've seen it on my team, I've seen it on enemy teams, I've seen it basically everywhere on that map. There's at least one almost every match. I wouldn't say every match though. Like, I wouldn't say it's a guaranteed thing, but I know that they know about it, so I think they are going to be fixing that just before release. And yeah, I think yeah, it's a solid game. It's an all-round solid game. I'm not playing the greatest right now. There is a few desync issues, and again, I believe they are going to be fixing that before launch, from what I can tell, and I just keep dying, so I am sorry for this horrible, horrible gameplay from me. There we go, that's a bit... Damn it. Okay. That was a bit better. See how I actually did something there? Now, the thing is, there is no skill-based matchmaking in this game. And sometimes that can make or break a game for both teams. And, well, it's not that it's not fun, it's just sometimes you get teammates who are playing the game like it's team deathmatch. And again, I think there might be a team deathmatch game mode in this, so hopefully we won't see as much of this issue post-launch. But again, this is the closed beta, so I'm expecting things not to be fully optimized or anything like that. So the only skill-based matchmaking, while we're on the topic of skill-based matchmaking, is going to be in ranked, which is actually coming out launch. And that's another thing that COD's not done in a while. they have not had ranked play at launch for a while. I'm not sure if they've ever done it, but I'm pretty sure they have at least a couple of times. Again, leave it down in the comments below if I'm wrong, because I know how much you guys love to correct me, and I do appreciate the engagement and comments to let me know whether when I've been misinformed. Aside from some of the issues that I've encountered, I will say it's a solid game. It's probably the most fun I've had in an FPS in a while. And that, to be honest, is a good sign. And I've got to give props to Ubisoft here, because I've not felt like I didn't feel like a Ubisoft FPS would work. You know, fast paced, unlike Rainbow Six. You know, like, this is a very different vibe from Rainbow Six Siege. Obviously, you've got your different factions slash classes slash whatever you want to actually call them. Then you've got other things that do set the classes apart and stuff. I forgot about the ult. So the only ult I can talk about from experience is Echelon and DedSec, because they've been my main factions. I've not really cared about the other two factions. So DedSec basically hacks everyone's abilities, destroys any abilities that are out there, such as even the spider bot and other things like it. So if Libertad has their big heal out, or their heal that they put on the ground, then that means basically, damn it, sorry, again, it's hard to play and explain things as I'm going, but you know, I'm not playing the greatest anyway, so like, it's not a massive issue in the gameplay. But again, there's quite a lot of different things with this game, I think, that are very fun, very different. Again, hopefully next game is a little bit better and you guys get to see me actually play decently, where I don't get set on fire every 5 seconds. That would also be a great help. But yeah, if you enjoy me talking about FPSs and stuff like this, or just having general FPS gameplay on the channel, let me know by leaving it a like, and again, obviously leaving a comment. If you want to see more of it, subscribe, you know. Gotta do all that self-promo, you know. But yeah, I'm going to fix my headphones, so we will cut to the next match. Okay, so I did say that we were going to just switch straight to the next match. As you can see, I've got my headphones untangled. But let's go over the weapons that you get quickly. So you've got the M16, the M4A1, the AK-47, and the ACR for your assault rifles, which is the only guns that I've actually used. Now, I've not used the SMGs, I've not used the shotguns or anything like that. But as you can probably tell from just the assault rifles, you have a lot of, shall we say, actual guns, and not these differently named guns to what they actually are, when everyone knows what they are, or they have at least some semblance of clue, instead of something like the ISO Hemlock from Modern Warfare 2, or the remake, remaster, reboot, whatever you want to call it. Alright. We get some hugs, buddy. Oh, never mind. So, yeah, I'll run you guys down on what DedSec does with the spider bot. Now, the spider bot kind of just attaches to an enemy's face and basically disables their aim and disables some of their movement and shooting. And it does deal a little bit of damage. I think it deals like 40 damage total. So if you get them below that threshold of 40 and then 60 spider bot on them, then you kind of get a kill with the spider bot, and it's an interesting thing to see because it just shocks them until they're dead, basically, and they have no way of, you know, controlling that. Which, again, like I said, it's a very good. I'm very much enjoying it, even though I can't aim in this game today whatsoever. I mean, it's not like I can aim normally, but yeah, sometimes I do pop off. You know, I want to say that this game has a lot of ways to counteract um counteract all the abilities. You know, every faction has a counter, you know? And it's not like it's unfair or anything in any way. Some of the healing abilities that Libertad have can be a little bit OP, but again, if you counter them right, then there's nothing to be worried about with them. But yeah, everything else is kind of just, you know, fun. You know, the rest of the game's fun. Ah, damn it. I missed that. That was a horrible shot from me, personally. I wouldn't allow that, but, you know. Not even in double digits, but I feel like I did better this game than I did last game. But yeah, this will probably be the last game before we talk about it. But this feels like, if I was to describe it by combining different games, this is like if you took Rainbow Six Siege, Call of Duty, and Overwatch in a way. Not exact, but it's like all those had a baby. And seeing as that was the last match, let's give you guys a quick, more in detail rundown of the factions. So, cut to that right now, editor Artemis. Now, so here we are in the faction screen. So this will give you guys maybe a bit better of an idea on what the factions do, and maybe you can decide what your playstyle is before you play the game. Now, by the time this video is uploaded, the beta has finished, so sorry you won't be able to play it until it's either an open beta or there's a new, or it releases. I don't know when it's going to release. No one does. Please do not ask that in the comments below because I don't work for Ubisoft. But yeah, let's go through it, right? So let's go through all of these, right? So let's start with the division's cleaners. Now, you've got different characters, obviously, but they all have the same abilities. That's just a cosmetic thing. Now, if you guys want to sit here and read them, I will leave them on screen while I'm talking about these. But let's start with the cleaner's ult. Now, their ult is a flamethrower that basically, kind of think if you were trying to play and destroy every sort of xenomorph that ever existed. That is what playing the cleaner's ult is like. Just imagine, you know, Ripley, big flamethrower, stay away from her, you bitch. You know? Like, that is the best way I can describe the cleaner's ult ability. Now, as you can see, there is a passive trait, but we'll get to that in a second. Now, their two activated abilities is the napalm drone, which basically is what it says on the tin. It goes in one direction and makes a line of fire. Now, firebomb is more of a area of effect kind of damage ability, and again, these all do have cooldowns. I think it's about 20 to 30 second cooldowns for all of these, and basically you drop a Molotov around you or in front of you, and you can walk through it, but no one else can, or no one on the enemy team can anyway, I don't think. Again, correct me in the comments below if you've played a bit more and figured this stuff out. Incendiary rounds kind of just do what they say. They do a bit of extra damage over time, but their debuff on that is you've got less weapon range than all the other factions. Phantoms are basically your future soldiers, from Ghost Recon Phantoms apparently, but it's from Future Soldier. But Aegis is basically a big shield. And then obviously you've got a gun in there that kind of one hits anything that goes in that shield, but it can't go out of the shield. Like the shots can't go out of the shield. So if someone comes into your shield trying to kill you, you can kill them first. A mag barrier is kind of like if you think about Reinhardt's or Sigma's from Overwatch's ability to just throw a shield. It's like that. And the Blitz shield is like a riot shield. It's not great, but you know, it doesn't deal too much damage when you shield bash or anything like that, but it does keep you protected against enemy fire. Now, Hardened gives them a bit of a health increase. I've not played as the Phantoms, so I cannot tell you how big of a health increase that is. But yes, that's a good thing. So this is more of your tank kind of class. The Cleaners are more your DPS, I would say. Libertad is more your support / healers. And that's who we're talking about now. So Medical Supremo is their big medical thing, which is basically, again, something that just heals people over time. Usually that's towards everyone, but I can't remember if it is does it to everyone or if it's just you that gets it, and you basically have like 200-ish health, right? And then your Bio Vida boost is basically just health regen for you and your allies. El Remedio, sorry if I'm butchering this, I've got a bit of a blocked nose as well, but basically you put down a gas canister that basically heals everyone until it's destroyed or hacked. This one is a great one to see, especially if you use the hijack ability from DeadSec, because it actually heals your team even if you don't have a healer. Because if you hack their thing, then it becomes yours and it works for you, which we will explain that in a second once we get to DeadSec. Now, Echelon is your stealth-based character. A lot more like stealth, you know? Stealth and intel is what you get, right? Sonar goggles is basically using Sam Fisher's 5.7, which basically is like maybe a 2-shot kill at medium range, a 1-shot kill at close range. Actually, it might be a 2-shot if it's a body shot, 1-shot if it's a headshot. Then you've got your digital ghillie suit, which basically is, if you think active camo from Halo, that's the best way to explain what the digital ghillie suit is. It's kind of self-explanatory. And the intel suit basically lets you see enemies through walls for a very, very short burst of time. So every time it pings, you see where they are for that exact second. They can move. You can see them move a little bit. I think it's about 3 seconds the ping stays, from what I've seen. And then you've got their passive trait, low profile. Your character does not appear on the opponent's minimap regardless of action performed. So whereas everyone else who shoots on the map, you don't get detected if you play Echelon. So if you prefer that stealth-based sort of play style, then this is your character 100%. I would recommend it as your stealth-based. Again, you've got different characters and stuff. Now, DeadSec, we didn't get to play until, I believe, yesterday, or the day before, which would have been the 23rd. Now, I know what you're thinking. It was supposed to end on the 23rd, the closed beta, right? Well, they extended it to 25th, or for us people in the UK, the 26th at 7 a.m. So let's get on to DeadSec before we go into stuff about the closed beta being extended and stuff. Let's talk about Walkout. Now, Walkout is a great ult to have all the time. So try and build that as fast as you are if you're using DeadSec a lot, because you can prevent everyone from using their abilities. You can stop abilities, you can hack abilities, you can destroy abilities. and all that kind of stuff. That's what walkout does. It stops everyone from being able to use their abilities. It disables the UI. You get a weird UI looking thing. And the other thing is, make sure you know that they can still use grenades. They can still use grenades or their equipment, but they can't use their abilities like healing or anything like that. Now, hijack is useful when you've got a lot of healers on the enemy team that have the El Remedio, which is the one that you put on the ground, because you can hack that and stuff. I'm not sure what else can be hacked. I think maybe the Ghost's mag barrier can be hacked, if I'm right. Now, the main ability that I've seen almost everyone use is the Spider Bot, which is a lot better. Basically, it's a face hugger. It's an electric face hugger that stuns the enemy. It does deal a little bit of damage. So, again, like I was saying when we were playing the game, you can get them down to a threshold about 40. Try 30, because 30 seems to guarantee it every time. So if you get someone down to 30 health and then put Spider Bot on them, it will actually kill them. So you can actually, if you're in a firefight and you have Spider Bot available, you can hide around the corner after you've dealt damage, and you can keep them stunned if they're, you know, still alive and still above that 40 threshold, and then you can finish them off, or you can finish them off with just the Spider Bot. Now, this is why I like DeadSec a lot, and that's because of the Fabricator, a device, aka their grenades or mines or whatever it is. It's their explosive device, right? After that is been deployed, basically you get an unlimited amount of them, but it's like a cooldown. It's like having a second ability. It's about a 15-ish second cooldown. From what I've seen again, and yeah, so the Fabricator is kind of my favorite passive trait out of all of them. I think if I was to go any of them, it would be my biggest mains will be, once the game is fully released, is probably between the Ghosts / Phantoms, Echelon, and DeadSec. Because DeadSec, I love Watch Dogs 2. It's one of my favorite Watch Dogs games. One wasn't great, and Legion I didn't really like too much. But enough about that. Let's get into why the closed beta was extended. Basically, everyone was loving it that much. Ubisoft just decided to extend it to the 25th. Again, by the time this video is out, I believe it will be finished. If it's not, I will correct it down in the comments below. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy that video of mine where we talked about XDefiant, which is probably one of the best FPSs I've played currently to date. So, I will see you guys later. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. And as always, happy gaming, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Peace.